Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you who don't know me, my name is David Atkins. I'm the board member on the OIDA staff, and welcome you to this afternoon's meeting stuff. Quick notes here. The next meeting in the next class in this room has been combined with Allison and room C. So the gentleman that was going to be doing this room was also strong about Allison's presentation. They decided to join forces together and do that. So there will not be another meeting in this room today. So, come back, I'm going to shoot you out there. All right? So, how many here are members? Thank you. Thank you very much for your membership. How many are not members? Raise your hand. That's not good. You took care of it, right? Yeah, see, I remember something. Thank you for your membership. For those that are, if there's wasn't any members here today, you can take care of there at the front desk if you're interested in being a member. Membership pays for a lot of this kind of stuff. Membership gives you the ability to have somebody on. If you've got legal questions, set up and call in and talk to Wendy or one of the girls there. And we have Allison Harrison is on staff. You can call her with questions and stuff like that you have. We do a lot of things in the steakhouse. We have a auction card that you get a $200 discount on buy fee one time. The auctions that are listed. And I see someone going, yeah. So just so you all know, my membership is free because I use that card up. And I don't go to every auction. I get $1,000, $1,200 back on that card every year. So they're actually paying me to be a member. So I really like that. You got to use it. If you don't use it, you lose it. But again, thank you for coming out to these meetings. I'm like stalling here a little bit to make sure no one else wanders in. But I think I've got everything. Oh, by the way, these are all being recorded. They'll be on our YouTube site. So if you miss any of the shows, we're recording every one of them. If you miss any one of those, and if you're not familiar with where our YouTube site is, ask the girls up front. They can give you the exact address and stuff to go to so you can see some of the ones that you missed. Or go to the ones that you were at. So, again, try to take care of that. So, this is the last time I'm going to do this today. So, I've got Zach Klempf. Did I do it right?
You did.
How about that? Zach Klempf with Selly Automotive. Got some exciting information for you here today. He told me some things about 10 minutes ago about it, and I forgot every one of them.
No worries.
I didn't write them down, so I won't take up any more of this time.
Yeah.
If we have some question and answers, help me go a little bit longer if we can. So I'll let you go. Take it away.
So hello everyone, my name is Zach Klempf. I'm the founder and CEO of Selly Automotive. And a lot of you are probably wondering, what's this young kid up on stage doing? What's his expertise in the auto industry? I started in the car business when I was 19 years old. I was in Atlanta, Georgia. I was going to school at Emory University. And I needed a part-time job while I was in school. And I stumbled into a local dealership, not expecting much, but what actually happened, I fell in love with the auto industry. I fell in love with the work ethics, making money. You know, my second month, I sold 14 cars while going to college, and I was just hooked on the auto industry. But at the dealership, I noticed they use a lot of legacy technology, and I wanted to do something about it. So after I graduated, I packed up everything I had in a Ford Mustang and went out to Silicon Valley to start a software company. And I started out in a sales job, and I was doing my company on the side, and then I applied to an accelerator program. So the first investor in my company was the guy behind the Tetris video game. And then I actually got some auto investors too. And we started a CRM company for used car dealers. I was 23 years old when I started it. And about 2 years ago, I sold it to a private equity firm that owns Auto Manager DMS. So my company, Selly, is now part of Auto Manager DMS, which has over 4,000 dealerships. And I also go around the country speaking at different IADA conferences. I've spoken everywhere from Georgia, Louisiana, California, Ohio. I've done this show 3 years in a row. I absolutely love Wendy and everything that she's doing in the OIDA organization. And I also host a podcast called the Used Car Dealer Podcast, where I interview dealers, different people in the industry, including CEO of Cars.com, including Wendy from OIADA. So, a couple of notes before I get into my presentation. If anyone wants a copy, I will email it to you. So you don't have to take a photo of every single slide. I'll email the whole deck to you. At the very end, we're going to have a Q&A session, and I'm going to give away some Starbucks gift cards. So I'm going to ask questions based on my presentation. And then if you hear something you like, be sure to post it on social media, hashtag OIADA2024 and hashtag Klempf. So let me talk about some of the key points from my presentation today. I'm going to talk about how you can differentiate your dealership and your customer buying experience. I'm going to talk about digital marketing, testing marketing, tracking marketing. I'm going to talk about CRM and different software applications your dealership needs to be competitive with. And on top of that, I'm going to talk about how even a small used car dealer could win the digital battle online. The first part of my presentation, I'm going to talk about all of the auto disruption going on in the industry right now. So this is an interesting quote from McKinsey, and I'm going to paraphrase it a little, but basically they said there's been a lot of disruption, more disruption than ever before in the past 20 years in the auto industry. But the next 10, there's going to be even more disruption in EV, mobility services, all parts of the auto industry. And we live in a very consumer-centric world. I'm in the Bay Area, and with Amazon, anything I want could be delivered in 2 hours or 2 days. They make it really easy to buy. They have good product pages that give the consumer a lot of information, good return policy, really easy to use. And then there's Apple. And Apple is something that I'm going to talk about a little later in my presentation, omni-channel. So I could start some of the process on the Apple website and then pick it up in store, or I could have it delivered to me, or I could go in store. So they kind of work with consumers and the channels that they want to interface in. And then there's Warby Parker. And you guys probably aren't familiar with them, but they're a glasses company. And when they started, they hired Harvard graduates just to give customer support to consumers buying $200 glasses, because they felt it was really important, that customer buying experience. And when you look at 2024, there's tighter margins than ever. We've got out of the kind of pandemic highs. And in addition to that, there's a lot of consolidation in the industry, consolidation with software companies, with dealer groups. And there's more transparency in the industry. People are looking online, they're spending more time shopping online, they're visiting less dealerships. And how do you stand out from the bunch? Moreover, there's more ways to advertise and promote your inventory than ever before. There's Cars.com, TrueCar, AutoTrader, and over 100 different other marketplaces. So during the pandemic, past 2 years when I was doing my presentation, I talked about Carvana, Vroom, and Shift. Well, believe it or not, Vroom and Shift no longer sell cars. Carvana is falling off a cliff from its pandemic highs in terms of market cap. But these online dealers, there's still some takeaways from their business and what they were trying to achieve, especially Carvana. So if you go to Carvana's website, they make it very easy to understand your financing options as a consumer. If you go to their VDPs, their vehicle display pages, they have like 360-degree photos of all of their inventory. They're giving consumers enough confidence to shop online and get that car delivered to them. And they also have a return policy, similar to e-commerce brands, and that's a little trickier. But they also price inventory higher than local used car dealers because they see themselves as offering a different customer buying experience, and they're putting margin into that customer buying experience. And another thing that really helped Carvana during the pandemic and still is they make it easy to sell them a car. You go to their website, you enter your VIN, your license plate, all your information, and they give you an instant offer. So does CarMax, so do new car dealers. But what I noticed, a lot of used car dealers, they don't offer this instant trade product. The reason being, it's hard to price any vehicle that's put on your website. Like someone might put a high-end vehicle, Maserati. I don't want to give an instant trade offer on a used Maserati. But what a lot of dealers are starting to do, they're picking up different products like AccuTrade, where you can give an instant offer on your website, but it's backed by someone else. So in AccuTrade's example, it's actually backed by Cars.com. So if you don't want that vehicle, Cars.com will actually acquire it on your behalf if they handle things like arbitration. So my big point here is to give a customer that Carvana or that digital retail or that omni-channel like feel, you have to focus on your website. You have to focus on the customer buying experience. And throughout my presentation, I'm going to talk about approachable ways that any used car dealer can improve their digital presence. And I'm also going to educate you guys about digital retail. It's been a big buzzword in the industry, what it means, omni-channel. So, sorry about that. So, an interesting recent CarMax commercial. They're actually advertising to consumers pre-qual. So pre-qualification is a big part of the DR experience. And I'm going to show you this short clip.
Who are you texting? Your boyfriend? No, I'm checking for a car on purpose. Oh, a car?
Are you sure you can afford this?
That's a big purchase.
Relax. I got pre-qualified and shoved by my monthly budget, so I know it's a good decision. Unlike Jenny's been piercing.
So,
Get pre-qualified, shop within your budget.
CarMax has a bunch of commercials where they're talking about instant trade offer. They're talking about pre-qualification. They're talking about shopping online, getting that car delivered to you or picking it up in the store. So there's a lot of auto players that are starting to advertise that better customer buying experience through commercials. And then this summer, one of the biggest events in the industry happened. CDK, they're one of the largest DMS products out there. They were ransomware. They had to pay $25 million to overseas hackers. And on top of that, publicly traded auto groups, they had to delay their earnings because the CDK DMS was down for multiple days. And CDK just settled in a $100 million settlement with these dealer groups. The scary thing is, there's not just a bullseye on big DMS players in the industry. Now there's a bullseye even on dealers themselves in terms of IT security and compliance. I'm going to talk about this a little later in my presentation, but think about the social security numbers. A lot of dealers have desktop-based DMS systems that could be easily hacked. So you have to really be cognizant now that CDK was hacked. It's a watershed moment in the industry, and it tells everyone out there there's money, there's sensitive information on dealers' computers. So let's start with digital retail. During the pandemic, everyone was talking about digital retail. People are only going to buy a car online. There were over 30 companies all doing digital retail products. And what exactly is a digital retail product? In today's day and age, people think of it as like a widget on a dealer website where you can start some of the process or do all of the transactions. And there's actually a couple different flavors of digital retail. So, for instance, some DR tools, they're just a simple payment calculator on a dealer website. That's all they do. Some DR tools, you can start some of the process or do all of the process online through a widget enabled through a dealer website. And the third flavor, this is like a roadster digital retail product. They make a separate website to do DR. But here's the problem. And when I talk with a lot of dealers, they say, why are new car dealers adopting DR, but used car dealers aren't? Well, think about the use case. If I'm selling a brand new Camry online, it's a commodity. There are Camrys in 30 different dealerships in, Atlanta, for instance, brand new. And people know what to expect. But with the used car, it might have problems. It might have previous accidents. That Carfax might not be accurate online. If you go to the store, there might be issues with that vehicle. Moreover, A used car dealer website is often $99. And when you look at the price of a used car CRM website and DMS, it's going to be less than the price of the digital retail tool. And that digital retail tool is not going to integrate with Fraser or Wayne Reeves or a lot of the used car dealer solutions. So a lot of the market share for digital retail and a lot of those digital retail products are focused on new car dealers. But here's the thing, with an omni-channel experience, it's a lot more relatable to used car dealers. And there are actually ways that used car dealers could leverage omni-channel and digital retail on their website without even having it. And for those of you wondering, omni-channel, like what's that mean? I go back to that Apple example where I'm giving the customer the ability to start part of the transaction online. When they come in store, me as a salesperson, I'm already prepared. I've already got that information you started online, and I can continue that momentum of the deal when you come in, or if you want to do an offsite transaction, I'm giving you the flexibility. And CDK, they did an interesting car buyer study with Gen Z, and what they found is 87% of customers, even if they start with a digital retail tool online, they're still going in store to complete that transaction. Right now, just 13%, according to the CDK study, buy their car 100% online. And then I think CarMax in recent earnings, they estimated it to be around 10%. That 100% bought online market. So the big picture here is omni-channel is more important than the digital retail experience. And a lot of dealers say, how can I start to offer some of that omni-channel or DR experience on my website? How can I better interface with customers? Well, for one, if a customer wants to do a video call, take that on FaceTime. If they're at work and they're millennial or Gen Z, they say, hey, just text me, text them. And if they say, can you record a walk around of the vehicle? I just want to see if the tires are okay before I drive 100 miles into your dealership. Do that for them. Also, offer single-click appointments on your website. If after work, I'm shopping for a car online, your dealership is closed, but I want to set up, a Saturday appointment, I can do that from your website. And I'm going to show how used car dealers could accomplish all of these things with a shoestring budget without investing in a lot of heavy-duty technology. So a lot of dealers say, where do I start creating videos? YouTube. You can get the YouTube app to video lead responders, video walk around. Everyone knows how to open a YouTube app. It's like a default app. It's really easy to understand. It's easy to get started and costs $0. So show me an actual video lead responder. I'm going to show you what Elise Kephart did. She was a renowned sales trainer, and she worked at a Honda store. So just like some Toyotas, super competitive. How does she differentiate herself from every single other salesperson in her market? What she did, every internet lead she gets, she sends them a custom video response. And I'll show you what that looks like.
Hi, my name is Elise Kephart over here at Sunset Honda in San Luis Obispo. I wanted to send you this personalized video greeting so you can put a face with a name, you know who's going to be working for you, and also thank you again for your internet request. I just left a voicemail for you. My number here directly is area code 805-540-6666. As mentioned, I have some great news for you. It is pretty.
So I'll just pause it and kind of talk about what she's doing. So every week she gets custom video, it differentiates her. It maybe takes a minute or so of her time. She has like a canned setup. And what we noticed, like a lot of dealers, they get an internet lead, they send a generic email responder. Hey, thanks for inquiring at ABC Motors. Someone from our team is going to get back to you. Imagine you're a customer, you get a generic email, and then you get another email from Elise. There's custom video, more personalized, you know who you're talking to, and if you're buying a Honda Civic, like who are you going to go to? The generic response or someone who's put a little more effort in differentiating themselves? Another example of using video is a vehicle walk around. So a lot of franchise dealers, they'll hold annual competitions, OEMs for like a vehicle walk around. This is an example of someone just doing a Nissan vehicle walk around. So I'll straighten that.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate the opportunity to show you one of my great Nissan products. You know, based on your needs, I'm confident that the 2017 Nissan Titan Pro 4X is going to be the perfect truck for you. For the second generation, the Nissan Titan has been completely redesigned from the ground up. In fact, it was designed in California, tested rigorously in Arizona, and built right here in America out of Canton, Mississippi. That makes this pickup a genuine all-American truck. There's a lot of features I know you're going to love on this truck, but there's quite a few that truly separate us from the competition. That's what I want to go over with you today. Beginning right here with Titan's rugged front end.
So,
You know, Titan actually got its name from an ink.
a lot of people will say, hey, I'm not comfortable on camera, you know, I don't quite look like that. You can still walk around the vehicle and do an audio narration and just differentiate yourself. And the cool thing is, if you do a vehicle walk around, you can text it to them, it's more engaging, and in some cases, you can even reuse that video walk around with multiple customers who inquire on the same vehicle. But when you're selling a used car, let's say it's a Audi with 7K4 with 70,000 miles, like giving the customer a little more comfort walking around that vehicle, it looks good, it's in good shape. It gives them a little more comfort with your dealership. Another thing, scheduling appointments online. A lot of dealers say, I don't know how we could do an appointment scheduling system. I don't want to pay any money for software. Calendly costs $0. It's free. It integrates with Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar, any calendar you have. And it can be installed on your dealer website in less than 10 minutes. And now you could book service appointments from your website. You could book sales appointments. You could evaluate trade-ins. All by adding a tool that's free. You may have to pay version that's like $10 a month. And you're getting more of that omni-channel, that DR experience without breaking the bank, without having to buy any sophisticated technology. So the most effective niches today focus on customer experience. And I'm going to show you a couple of dealership examples and kind of quirky or unique things they do to differentiate their dealership. So I've seen a lot of used car dealers that have like a their own certified program, or they do their own 160-point inspection. And when they're talking to a customer, they're telling them, look, we're not just buying a car right off the auction and putting it on the lot. We're doing this recon, we fix this on the vehicle. Like, our brand relies on us putting better products on the market, and we do this specific inspection or whatever the case may be. Out-of-state buyers program. So this dealer on their website, they have a whole page dedicated to an out-of-state buyers program. So if I'm a customer and I'm like, hey, I'm in Tennessee, but I love this car in Georgia, and I don't know if you guys do out-of-state deals, I'm not sure. They have a page on their website, and they actually reimburse the customer one-way travel if they drive down to the dealership and purchase a car. And they build this page, and it has like testimonials, information like that. So the customer knows, hey, this dealer, they do a lot of out-of-state transactions. I'm going to have no problem going in. They have a page that is clearly explained this for me. Bilingual sales reps. So Shoreline Auto Group, they have like 8 different reps that speak like 8 different languages, and their differentiation is we have bilingual sales reps. They advertise this on the website. They advertise it on social media. So if I'm a Spanish-speaking customer, for instance, I know I can go to Shoreline Auto. They have pages that are dedicated to the fact that they have bilingual sales reps, and they have marketing to give me that comfort as a consumer. And let me talk about CRM. So CRM is part of the foundation of communication management for a dealership. And what do those words mean? Customer relationship management. But think about it is the sales platform for your dealership. DMS is like the back office product. CRM, you're managing your internet leads, your email campaigns, your text campaigns. And when we talk to dealers at my company, we hear what we call common indie dealer myths. They'll say, oh, I have a DMS, it pretty much does the same thing as the CRM, right? Or our store does click here, pay here, we do buy here, pay here, we're specialty, we don't need a CRM. Or my whole dealership shares our abcmotors@gmail.com inbox. I think that's our lead management. Or, you know, we're too small to have a CRM. We only sell 10 cars a month. Consider this. A lot of independent dealers are using TrueCar, AutoTrader, different lead providers. How do you track the ROI from your lead providers? Like, which one has the highest close rate? In our system, for instance, we have dealers, they enter how much they're paying for their different lead providers, and we literally show them what their ROI is per lead provider. And we always catch dealers and they're like, wow, I was paying $1,000 a month for cars.com, but I haven't had any sales conversions. They send me a lot of leads, but I don't have a lot of sales conversions. Or what if one of your salespeople leaves the dealership, they're using their mobile phone to text customers. Instead of like a CRM system, they're using their personal mobile phone. They blow out at your dealership, they're walking away with every single communication they've had. You have zero way of getting that. Or what's your set follow-up process? If I ask multiple people at your dealership, what's your internet lead follow-up process? Do you have something specific? Is there accountability around that? Or feedback loops, dispute management? Like, how do you handle these? What processes do you have? A CRM can help with all of this. But when you're putting a CRM into a dealership, you have to get buy-in from multiple parties. So management, it's a lot clearer why management would understand the use case for a CRM. All the internet leads I get, we're going to have automated responses to and accountability. I can put my work plan, that's like my dealership's follow-up system, into the CRM and hold that sales team accountable. And I have transparency into their pipeline, what stages their different deals are, how many deals they've lost this week. And if a sales rep is fired, all that data is in the CRM, and I don't have to worry about them walking away with it. I mean, I've seen salespeople use their personal cell phones, and they have pay stubs on there. They have literal sensitive information that's non-compliant on their personal cell phone. And then dispute management. Salesperson's off, customer said, hey, that salesperson said we could do 19,000 out the door. That salesperson's not in your dealership. If you have a CRM, you can put together the deal with recorded calls, text, and figure out what exactly transpired. So for the sales team, they feel like, oh, it's Big Brother looking over my shoulder. Why do I need a CRM? I'm fine doing what I do. You can automate data entry. So you're not going to misspell a VIN or driver's license. You instantly add it with your mobile app. You can be that 24/7 salesperson. So it's your off day, you're still going to get notified on what's happening with your customers at the dealership. And you have the ability to remarket to customers, send happy birthdays, remind yourself of follow-ups. It makes you a super salesperson. And you could have templates, so you're not misspelling commonly typed emails. You have a template, take 1 second, click it, boom, send. And then this isn't as big of a deal for salespeople, but still consideration. I'm compliant, I'm using a CRM. Any sensitive information is stored in that CRM and not on my cell phone. And then there's CRM for texting. 75% of texts are read versus 20% with emails. And a lot of CRMs could actually integrate texting into them. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but most email clients, this is Gmail, one of the biggest email clients out there. If you send your dealership blast, your email marketing, it often goes to the promotions tab. And like consumers, that promotions tab, delete, 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 it's not getting right in front of them like a text message. And there was a recent study that showed texts have a 60% engagement, whereas 6% engagement for emails. And then there's also automated texting. So I don't have to just do one-off text. I could set up different rules for text automatically with CRM. I'll give you an example. As soon as a customer books an appointment, I could just send them dealership directions right on their mobile phone. Boom, they click our address, move in Google Maps, make it easy for them. Ratings and reviews. As soon as I sell a customer, I can automatically send a review text follow-up. Try and get a 5-star review on Google or whatever dealer rater platform is important for you. Customer referrals. So you can set up automated text to get customer referrals from clients that have bought from you. Or if you want to target specific customers, you could buy their vehicles with text. And I'm going to talk about text marketing next. So text marketing is more effective than direct mail, email marketing. When you have CRM and DMS data, the sort of intricate campaigns you can do is really interesting. And I'm going to talk about some of it. And then another data point, millennials and Gen Z, they spend almost 4 hours a day on their smartphone. So you have 4 hours a day to capture that customer. And here's just a couple of use cases of text blast marketing if you're doing service coupons, inventory arrival alerts. If you're trying to buy specific inventory, you could look at DMS data and see all the customers who bought 4 Mustangs, Chevy Camaros, Dodge Chargers. I'm going to do a campaign to them because I want to buy those cars. You can get as sophisticated or as high level or as granular as you want with text blast marketing. It's more effective than email, and a lot of CRM systems have text marketing. But if you're going to spend all this money on marketing, you need to track your data. And here's some KPIs every dealership should be aware of. The first two, I'm going to give you an example with a lead provider. Let's say I spend $1,000 a month with TrueCar, and they give me 10 leads. My cost per lead is $100. Let's say of those 10 leads, 2 close. My cost per sale is $500. And conversion rate by stage. So if I have different sales reps, I can benchmark them and figure out where in the pipeline salesperson A is losing customers versus salesperson B. Is salesperson B not getting over the hump in finance? And then, like I mentioned earlier, ROI on your lead providers and marketing sources. I talked about the example where dealer might spend $1,000 for cars.com. They're getting a lot of leads. So the cost per lead looks good, but the cost per sale is 0. They don't have any conversion. And in some cases, we're seeing dealers where they're getting the same leads come in from TrueCar and Cars.com, like similar customers do their shopping on third-party marketplaces. The good thing is most CRMs have dashboards for you to track all of these KPIs, so it's easy. If you don't have a dashboard, you're going to be doing a lot of Excel work to calculate this. And the big thing that I think a lot of dealers need to understand is they'll work with a marketing agency, and that marketing agency sends them reports like, we got you 100,000 impressions on this TikTok video. It sounds good on paper, right? But that is a vanity metric. What you want and what startups call this is a North Star metric, like cost per sale or ROI. I don't care if you got me 100,000 views on TikTok. How many car deals did I get out of that? That's kind of your bottom line. And a lot of agencies, they like to kind of fluff up reports. And if you're going to track your metrics, you need to do it week over week and month over month. What do I mean by that? A lot of dealers at the end of the year, they're like, yeah, I did a Facebook campaign this summer. I think it worked pretty well, but they're not diligently tracking them. What specific campaigns had X outcome? What was their ROI from that specific Facebook investment? They put $1,000 that summer. What was the ROI? And if you're working with an agency, make sure they give you your access to Google Analytics and your PPC. So if you're doing Facebook or Google AdWords, whatever the case may be. A lot of agencies will just give you reports, but you don't have that admin level access to see actually what's going on and do your own check on their work. So my opinion is, if you are using an agency for marketing, make sure you have all that admin access credentials so you can actually double check and just make sure what they're reporting makes sense. And a lot of dealers are probably familiar with these common analytic tools: CRM reporting, DMS reporting, Facebook marketing analytics, Google Search Console, Google Analytics. These are very common. But here's an interesting paid SEO tool. So SEO is search engine optimization. And what a lot of dealers might not think about is consumers will start used car dealer, Birmingham, Alabama. We'll start searching for you online if you're not on a third-party marketplace. And you want to come up on Google. You don't want to be on the second page or the third page. There's a tool called Ahrefs, and you can enter your competitor's website, and it will tell you their most trafficked pages on that website. It will tell you the keywords your competition is using to get traffic as well. So Ahrefs is good for your website. It gives similar information to like the Google Analytics or Google Search Console. But the difference is you could actually put, oh, I love the way ABC Motors is marketing. Let me put their website into Ahrefs, see every single keyword they're using, what their monthly traffic is versus my traffic, and then figure out, like, is there anything I can take that they're doing and leverage it myself? We'll have questions at the end. Oh, sorry.
What is the spelling of that website that you just mentioned?
Oh, Ahrefs. Ahrefs. And then a lot of dealers, they're focused on all these marketing analytics, marketing KPIs. But what about your inventory metrics? So just like being very data-driven on digital marketing, you should be data-driven, of course, with inventory management, market day supply, inventory turn rate, recon time, cost to market. I have this linked in my presentation. Fox put out 12 inventory metrics every dealership should be aware of. So that's linked in my presentation as well. And kind of the last part of my presentation, I'm going to talk about the must-have solutions, technology-wise, to be competitive in 2024 and beyond. Number one, DMS. Have a cloud-based DMS. Do not be tethered to a desktop computer. If it's Saturday, your DMS cannot go down. If you're on vacation and you want to check how your store did that day, you should not have to log into some virtual computer, something like that. You should just enter your DMS, log in. It should always work. It should always be up. It's the central nervous for your store. A responsive or adaptive dealer website. Think about this. Like websites for dealers are like $99, $199, $299 a month. Much cheaper than your lot. This is the first impression a customer has of your dealership. So if they go to cars.com, they might be sent to VP on your website. This is where you want to impress them. And digital retail tool only is applicable to your model. Mobile first CRM and internet lead management. So I've talked a lot about CRM, text marketing, having a way to manage your internet inquiries, being compliant with texting, extremely important. Inventory management tool. So on my podcast, I interviewed Bob College, and he does over $1 billion in wholesale used cars a year. And he had this great quote. He said, use an inventory management tool, whether it's vAuto, AccuTrade, or another. In this market, making appraisals without all the data is theft by ignorance. So AI, one of the speakers had, a whole session about AI, but mine's high level on it. Whether you're using Google Gemini or OpenAI, there's a lot of value these tools can bring. And some CRMs, DMSs, website providers are starting to integrate AI. But I've seen dealers use this for getting ideas for content, for instance. Spell check, like improving email, especially important emails. And I would suggest getting the paid version too, because there's a huge difference in that free version of ChatGPT 3.5, for instance, versus what you're getting in 4.0. And it's much better, especially on the marketing creation side. And you could actually do image creation as well in these platforms that you could use on social posts, things like that. Social media presence. So I'll see dealers and they'll say, hey, we're spending $2,000 a month on Facebook, but I go to their page and they haven't done an update in 2 years. And their page kind of looks dead. So it's almost doing a disservice to the social media investment. Like if you're doing Facebook marketing, Facebook ads, make sure your Facebook business page is up to date. Having a digital marketing program, whether it's SEO, whether it's subscribing to different third-party marketplaces, making it I'm going to give you my cards. Hey, email me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Absolutely.
Just quick notes real quick. The drawings will be at 3:30 in the hall, but we have another meeting going on and we can have some of our room C at B. So pick one of those two. Start in a few minutes.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, CRM, I'm right here.